Now let us draw all the image positions of the convex as well as concave lens. First of all, when the object is at infinity, for a convex lens, image is formed at the focus. See this figure already we have seen. Parallel beam after refraction converges to the focus, image is highly imaged. Now, second one. Object is beyond 2f1. You can see where the image should be formed. It must be formed between f2 and 2f2. How will you take this is the object? AB is the object. One of the rays starting from the head of the object. After refraction passes through the focus on the other side. A ray passing through the optic center passes straight. Where they meet, that corresponds to the image head of the image. Why it is the head of the image? Because these two rays I have taken from the head of the object. So where they meet corresponds to the head of the image. So where is image formed? Between f2 and 2f2. Verify the chart. The image is formed between f2 and 2f2. What is the size? It is diminished but not highly diminished and real and inverted. Okay? Now third one. When the object is at 2f1, image is formed at 2f2 on the other side. One of the ray parallel to the principal axis passes through the focus. A ray passing through the optic center passes straight. Where the image corresponds to the image, head of the image, and the image is formed at 2f2. Object 2f1, image 2f2, same size you can see, real and inverted image same size. You go through the chart and verify. 4. Object between 2f1 and f1. There should be the image beyond 2f2. The one ray parallel to the principal axis after refraction passes through the focus on the other side. A ray passes through the optic center, passes straight. Where they meet corresponds to the head of the image, and you get an inverted image beyond 2f2, magnified image. It's a magnified image you can see. You have to draw it and learn. Study the property, draw it and learn. Now fifth one. This one. Okay. Sorry. This is the fifth one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Object. Okay. Object at f1. Here we have shown here between 2f1 and f1. Now the object is at f1. Object at f1. Object at f1. That should be the image at infinity. One of the ray parallel to the principal axis after refraction passes through the focus. A ray passing through the optic center passes straight. This will not meet, which means that the real image cannot be formed. Parallel rays. Produce them backward. It is a concept that parallel rays meet at infinity. So there is a chance of these two rays meeting at infinity. So an image will be formed at infinity. So where is image? Object at the focus. Image is formed at infinity. You can see the image at infinity. It is a highly enlarged image, real and inverted. Next one, sixth position. Object f1 over, now between f1 and o. Between f1 and optic center. Where should be the image? It must be virtual image on the same side. One of the ray from the object parallel to the principal axis pass through the focus on the other side. A ray passing through the optic center passes straight. These two rays are diverging out. They will not meet. So there is no chance of a real image. Produce them backward. They meet at a point. This corresponds to the head of the image. Where they meet corresponds to the head of the image because it starts from the head of the object. The ray starts from the head of the object. Where they meet should be the head of corresponding to the head of the image. So you get an erect image, virtual image, enlarged image. So see all the positions you are satisfied. Object infinity, image at the focus. Object at beyond 2f1, image between f2 and 2f2 on the other side. Object at 2f1, image at 2f2, same size. Object between 2f1 and f1, image is formed beyond 2f2 and magnified image. Real image only. Now, object at focus f1, image is formed at infinity. Object between f1 and optic center, you get a virtual image. You have the only position where a convex lens forms erect images when the object is between f1 and O optic center. we get an erect image on the same side, magnified image, erect virtual magnified image. So draw all these image positions thoroughly and using ray diagrams and using three properties. What are the three properties? One of the ray parallel to the principal axis. After refraction converges to passes through the focus, a ray passing through the optic center passes straight, and what is the third one? A ray passing through the focus will be made parallel. We didn't use it here. We used only two rays here. One ray parallel to the principal axis pass through the focus. A ray passing through the optic center passes straight. Only two rays we have used. The other also you can use, and you get the same result. Any two pair is sufficient. So all the 6 positions in the chart, given in the chart, are proved and verified by drawing by yourself. Verify regarding the nature, size and everything. You verify by drawing your own diagram and prove. Now what about the concave lens? Only 2 positions. You have seen. When the object is at infinity, parallel rays after refraction appear to come from the focus. Highly diminished image, virtual and erect. Only this diagram. Now, when the object is anywhere between infinity and the optic center, here, one of the ray parallel to the principal axis after refraction appear to come from the focus. From the focus appear to come from the focus. A ray passing through the optic center passes straight. There they meet here. That corresponds to the head of the image. B corresponds to the head of the image. So we get an erect image, diminished image, virtual image. So only 2 positions. Object infinity, image is found at the focus. It's a virtual image, highly diminished image, point-sized image. When the object is anywhere between infinity and optic center, you get an image between focus and optic center. Between F1 and O, it's a diminished image, not point size, a diminished image but virtual and erect image will be obtained. So draw all these image positions, studying the chart well and drawing ray diagrams. Study all these image positions by drawing diagrams and verify by yourself. If you are using a compass and scale and pencil, it will be much better, so that you can take the readings, the distances correctly, marking distances correctly and curvature of the lens correctly. You will get it in the correct position. The image positions may be located exactly as in the chart given by us. Everything can be verified by drawing diagrams and always study these image positions by drawing diagrams and study them well. Okay, alright, shall I continue? Now the last part of it is the sign conventions. As we studied in mirrors, what are the sign conventions? Always a diagram must be drawn such that the incident ray come from left to right. We have drawn always like that only. From left to right. Object must be always kept to the left of the lens. The sign convention 1. 2. All the distance must be taken from the optic center. In mirror it must be taken from the pole. Here the distance must be measured from the optic center. 3. The distances to the left of the optic center are negative. Distances to the right of the optic center in the x direction are taken as positive, as we have done earlier. All the distances to the left of the optic center along the x-axis must be negative, and all the distances to the right of the optic center along the x-axis are positive. Same idea. And 4. The upward vertical distance are positive, and the downward vertical distance means what along the y-axis. Upward distances in the y-axis are positive, and the downward distances in the y-axis are negative. Meaning the positive y-axis distance are positive and negative y-axis distance are negative. What is the meaning of it? The size of the object here, it's along the y-axis, positive y-axis. The size of object here is positive. Here the image is downward, so its size is negative. What about here? Object size is positive, image size is also positive. See the difference. Object size is positive, image size is both are along the positive y direction. If the object is along the positive y direction, then its size is positive. And if the image is towards the negative y direction, its size is negative. This is sign convention everywhere. What about here? Object size is Object is here, positive, size of the object is positive, size of the image is also positive. Same dimension that we followed for a concave and convex mirror must be followed. What is the sign dimension called? Cartesian sign system. It is called as Cartesian sign system. Same idea. Clear? Now, the lens formula. Like we studied the mirror formula. What is the mirror formula? Please try to recollect. It is 1 by u plus 1 by v equal to 1 by f, or 1 by v plus 1 by u equal to 1 by f. That's the formula. Mirror. 1 by v plus 1 by u equal to 1 by f. Here it is 1 by v minus 1 by u equal to 1 by f. 1 by v minus 1 by u equal to 1 by f. What is the formula for the mirrors? 1 by v plus 1 by u equal to 1 by f. What is u and v? U is the object distance and v is the image distance. How will you count the object distance? The distance of the object from the optic center is object distance. This is u and this is v. O2 to f2. This position is v. This is u. So object distance is u and image distance is v, and 1 by v minus 1 by u equal to 1 by f. While doing problems you have to apply proper signs and do. Okay? Now magnification again. What is magnification? It is a ratio between height of image and height of object. Height of image by height of object, which will be represented as h dash by h. If I represent the height of the image as h dash, the height of the object as h, height of the image by height of the object h dash by h is magnification. It's also called linear magnification. Magnification in length. Okay, study it as magnification. Magnification is height of the image by height of the object h dash by h. And when you find out the formula, now derivation is needed, its value is m equal to v by u. Ratio between v and u. But what you studied for mirrors, minus v by u. Here the magnification is plus v by u. So let us not be confused. For mirrors, what is the mirror formula? 1 by v plus 1 by u equal to 1 by f. What is the magnification? M equal to h dash by h equal to minus v by u. But what is the lens formula? 1 by v minus 1 by u equal to 1 by f. 1 by v minus 1 by u equal to 1 by f. What is the magnification? M equal to height of image by height of object h dash by h equal to plus v by u. Apply proper signs in programs and do. Now, almost finished. One more term like not in the mirror. Power of a lens. What is power of the lens? Focal power or power of the lens. Power of the lens is reciprocal of the focal length. It is 1 by f. Power of the lens is 1 by focal length is power. But most of the students will do a mistake in doing why it is calculated for examination. The mistake is only one unit is there for power in SI system. SI system only, there is no CBS unit for power. And the unit is diopter, D-I-O-P-T-R-E, denoted as D. Diopter is a unit of power, focal power. Now, diopter is SI in SI system. So, one diopter is the focal power of a lens of focal length 1 meter. So, what must be done? For finding the power of a lens, convert the focal length into centimeter, centimeter to meter. Convert the focal length in centimeter. There is no harm while you calculate the distance using this formula in centimeter. Nothing wrong. But while calculating the power, convert the centimeter into meter. Focal length must be converted to centimeter, centimeter to meter. And then find 1 by. 1 by the focal length in meter. That will be the power in diopter. If you want to write the unit, the focal length must be converted into meter, then find 1 by. You get the power in diopter. For example, if the focal length of a convex lens is 25 centimeter, write it as 0.25 meter. 0.25 meter. Then power will be 1 by 0.25, which will be 0.25 is 1 by 4 diopter, plus 4 diopter. That is how it must be calculated. Power is positive means it is a convex lens, always it is like that. For convex lenses, the focal length is positive. For concave lens, focus is on the left side. Focal length is negative. The distance between optic center and the focus is called as focal length. In mirrors, pole to focus is what you call as focal length. In lenses, optic center to focus is what you call as the focal length. Focal length for a convex lens is positive, it's on the right side. We are counting the right side focal length. So, focal length for a convex lens is positive, whereas the focal length of a concave lens is negative. Therefore, power of a convex lens is positive and power of a concave lens is negative. Finish? Now we will finish with one or two points, that is given additional points. When you combine lenses, say so many convex lenses are combined, one, another one, two, three, like that they are combined, the total focal length will be given by this formula. 1 by f equal to 1 by f1 plus 1 by f2 plus etc. Okay, this is the rule. Like you study in elementary classes how resistances are combined. When resistances are combined in parallel, we get a formula 1 by r equal to 1 by r1 plus 1, similar formula. 1 by f equal to 1 by f1 plus 1 by f2 plus etc. Where f is the focal length of the combination, capital F is we have to calculate that capital F. If a lens of 10 cm focal length and 20 cm focal length are combined, both are convex, the focal length of the combination will be 1 by capital F equal to 1 by 10 plus 1 by 20, and you calculate what is capital F. You get the answer in centimeter. Convert that focal length in meter, then find 1 by F. You get the power in diameter. So when lenses are combined, whether convex or concave, the combined focal length is given by 1 by f equal to 1 by f1 plus 1 by f2, where f1 and f2 are the focal length of the individual lenses and f is a combination value. Maybe if the first lens is convex, the second one is concave, how will you combine? 1 by f equal to 1 by f1 plus 1 by f2, but f1 will be positive, f2 will be negative. Accordingly, you have to calculate what is the value of f. And what is the power of the combination? If so many lenses are combined, what is the power of the combination? The power of the combination is sum of the powers. P1 plus P2 plus how many lenses? Whatever number of lenses you combine, P1 plus P2 plus etc. combined. And what will be the net magnification of the combination? Lenses combined, what is the net magnification? It is the product of the magnifications. M1 into M2 into M3 into like that. Whatever lenses you use, the net magnification will be product of their magnifications. M1 into M2 into M3 into any number of lenses you use, that will be the corresponding formula. So, with this, we finish that chapter. And now, in the next class, we will try some, before passing on to the next chapter, we will do some problems. So that the problems will be a confusion for students applying science and everything. So some problems we will do, numericals we will solve in the next class. Before we go to the next chapter, some numericals we will do in the next class. Hope you have thorough it. Any doubt you can clarify either through WhatsApp messages or by call, telephone call, you can clarify. Thank you very much.